He disappeared nearly 70 years ago, an 18-year-old from Rio Grande City killed in the Korean War. His remains just recently identified.
And he's now heading back to Texas for burial. Here's Channel 5's Christian Van Pricing with answers many people have waited for.
Long before this busyness, long before the noise, decades before this place became what it is today, this man was a young boy playing games down an alley in Rio Grande City. And this place was much more quiet.
Call it kickball, minor football, whatever. But I would always stop because I could hear a woman sobbing behind me or right across the street.
R.C. Salinas says he was 11 years old. The alley is still here. The parking lot across the road is the site of what used to be a 2-story building. And he asked his father who was crying and why.
And he replied, she lost her son in Korea. He's missing in action. They can't find him. And that's why she's crying. So that I remembered. And then when the war ended and they started sending bodies home, I never heard about his body.
It was a body of a soldier from Rio Grande City who was recorded as killed but not identified.
Herschel Marvin Riggs. Everybody knew him as Marvin.
Marvin, who entered at the start of the Korean War and officially went missing when he was just 18.
He was a great guy. He was in the band with us. One day he was there and the next day he was gone. The next thing we heard was that he had joined the army.
His name, among the others that honor many veterans of Starr County who died in foreign wars. Riggs joined a conflict that started in June 1950. By July, the Department of Defense says he went missing in battle. He was declared deceased 3 years later. Human remains were recovered from the battlefields. The military was unable to identify them until now.
And I remember
Salinas, now 79, began following the history of what happened to his peers.
all the rest were able to come home, if not alive, at least in a coffin. And Marvin was the only one that was a lingering question on that.
The Department of Defense's POW MIA accounting agency says it used dental, bone, and DNA analysis methods and came to the conclusion Riggs' body had been identified. Now it's time to bring Riggs back after nearly 70 years.
It also says that more than 7,000 Americans remain unaccounted for from the Korean War.
And he was one of them. We'd like to see that he gets all the honors that are due to him.
To bring him home after all this time.
Christian Van Pricing, Channel 5 News at 10.